Hi, I'm Amelia. I'm 11 years old, and I thought my mom loved me. I guess some things are more important than your daughter. Like a vacation to Hawaii with your new boyfriend. It started 3 weeks before she left. Mom was on the phone in the kitchen, giggling like a teenager. "Brad, stop it. You're so bad," she said, twirling her hair. 2 weeks? That sounds amazing. I walked in carrying my math homework. "Mom, can you help me with this problem?" She barely looked at me. "Not now, sweetie. I'm talking to Brad." "But it's due tomorrow and I don't—" "Amelia, I said not now." She waved her hand dismissively. "Go watch TV or something." This had been happening more since Brad showed up 6 months ago. Mom used to help me with homework every night. The next week, I came home from school to find Mom packing a suitcase. "Are we going somewhere?" I asked, hopeful. "Oh, honey, no. Brad and I are going to Hawaii for 2 weeks." She didn't even stop folding clothes to look at me. 2 weeks? What about me? "You'll be fine here. You're a big girl now." She zipped up the suitcase. "Mrs. Patterson next door will check on you every few days." My stomach dropped. "Every few days? Mom, I'm 11! "Amelia, don't be dramatic. You know how to use the microwave. There's money for pizza delivery." "But what about school? And my piano recital next week? You promised you'd be there." Mom's face hardened. "Life doesn't revolve around you, Amelia. I need this vacation. Brad and I need time together without distractions." Distractions. That's what I was to her now. "Mom, please don't go. I'll be good, I promise. Just don't leave me alone for 2 whole weeks." "My flight is tomorrow morning. This discussion is over." I tried one more time at dinner. We sat with Chinese takeout boxes between us. "Mom, I'm scared to be alone that long." "You'll be fine," she said, scrolling through her phone. "Did you even ask Mrs. Patterson to watch me?" Silence. "Mom, did you ask her?" She finally looked up, annoyed. "I left her a voicemail. I'm sure she'll call back." "And if she doesn't? You're just going to leave anyway?" "Yes, Amelia. I'm leaving tomorrow at 6 a.m. and I'm not changing my plans." She stood up. "You're so selfish. Can't you just be happy that I'm happy for once?" "I just want my mom." "Well, your mom wants a life too." The next morning, I woke up at 5:30 a.m. I found Mom by the front door with Brad. "Mom, please." I was crying now. "Please don't leave me." She sighed heavily. "Amelia, we've been over this. What if something happens? What if I get sick or hurt or—" "Then call 911 like anyone else would." She adjusted her purse. "There's $200 on the kitchen counter. Make it last." Brad checked his watch. "Babe, we need to go or we'll miss our flight." I know. Mom finally looked at me. For a second, I thought she might change her mind. "Be good, Amelia. We'll be back in 2 weeks." "Mom!" The door closed. I ran to the window and watched them drive away until the car disappeared. Then I was alone. I lasted 4 days. 4 days of frozen dinners and crying myself to sleep. 4 days of being terrified every time I heard a noise. On the 5th day, Mrs. Patterson knocked on my door. She was a sweet older lady with gray hair and a bun. "Amelia, honey, are you okay?" she asked when I opened the door. "I just got back from visiting my sister and got your mother's voicemail from last week. She said she asked me to check on you." I burst into tears. "She left me here alone. She went to Hawaii with Brad for 2 weeks." Mrs. Patterson's face went pale, then red with anger. "She what?" "Oh, sweetie, come here." She pulled me into a hug. "How long has she been gone?" 5 days. I'm so scared, Mrs. Patterson." "Amelia, your mother left you alone at 11 years old? For 2 weeks? Without even confirming I could watch you?" She took my hand. "Come with me. We're going to make some phone calls." Mrs. Patterson took me to her house while she called someone. I heard her in the kitchen, her voice getting louder. "Yes, I'm absolutely sure. She's 11 years old and she's been alone for 5 days. No, the mother is in Hawaii. Yes, I'll stay with her until someone arrives." She came back and sat next to me. "Amelia, I called Child Protective Services. Someone is coming to talk to you." "Am I in trouble?" "No, sweetheart. Your mother is." She squeezed my hand. What she did is illegal. An hour later, a woman named Miss Chen arrived. Hi, Amelia. I'm Sarah Chen from Child Protective Services. Can we talk? I told her everything. About Mom being different since Brad. About her leaving without confirming Mrs. Patterson could watch me. And your father? Miss Chen asked gently. He died when I was 3. It's always just been me and Mom. Has your mother left you alone before? Sometimes for a few hours, but never overnight. Never like this. Okay, you're going to stay with Mrs. Patterson for now, and I'm going to try to reach your mother. Miss Chen stepped outside to make the call. Through the window, I could see her expression hardening. She came back inside. I spoke with your mother. What did she say? Is she coming home? Miss Chen and Mrs. Patterson exchanged a look. She said, Amelia is fine. She's almost a teenager and needs to learn independence. I checked in with the neighbor. I'm not cutting my vacation short over this. I felt like I'd been punched. She's not coming back? She says she'll return as scheduled in 9 more days, Miss Chen said. Amelia, what your mother did is called child abandonment. It's a serious crime. I don't want her to go to jail. I just want her to come home. Even if you don't want to press charges, the state might. What if something had happened to you? Mrs. Patterson added, When I got that voicemail, your mother didn't even wait for me to confirm. What if I'd been gone for a month? Over the next few days, Miss Chen interviewed my teachers. My math teacher, Mr. Rodriguez, told her I'd been falling asleep in class. Amelia, what's been going on? He'd asked. You're usually one of my best students. I was scared at night. Every noise woke me up. I kept thinking someone was breaking in. My piano teacher, Mrs. Walsh, was horrified. She missed her recital last week. I called her mother's phone 3 times. That poor child practiced for months. On day 8, my Uncle James called. He was my dad's brother, and I hadn't seen him in years. Amelia, sweetheart, Miss Chen called me. Why didn't you call me when your mom left? Mom said we didn't need anyone else. That family was just me and her. That's nonsense, Amelia. You're my niece. I'm flying in tomorrow. He paused. Your mom knows I'm coming and she's not happy about it. Is she coming back too? Her flight lands tomorrow night, and we're going to have a conversation. Uncle James picked me up the next afternoon. He was tall like my dad had been. You look so much like your dad, he said, hugging me tight. I'm sorry I wasn't around more. Your mom made it clear I wasn't welcome after he died. Why? Because I called her out when she started putting boyfriends before you. This isn't the first time, but it's the worst. He grabbed his keys. Come on, we're picking your mother up from the airport. We stood in arrivals, watching passengers. Then I saw her. Mom looked tan and relaxed, laughing at something Brad said. She looked like she hadn't missed me at all. Then she saw us. Her smile vanished. James? What are you doing here? Picking up my niece's mother, the one who abandoned her 11-year-old daughter for 2 weeks. People around us started staring. Brad stepped forward. Hey, man, that's between... You don't get to talk. Uncle James cut him off. You encouraged this. Mom's face flushed. Can we not do this here? You left Amelia alone for 2 weeks. Do you understand how serious that is? I left her with a neighbor. You left her a voicemail, Uncle James was shouting now. Mrs. Patterson was out of town. Amelia was alone for 5 days before anyone knew. Mom's eyes widened. Mrs. Patterson said she'd check on her. No, she didn't. She never called you back. You just left anyway. I couldn't stay quiet. You didn't care if she said yes or no. Mom turned to me, looking guilty for a second. Then her expression hardened. Amelia, you're fine. Stop being so dramatic. I was terrified. I couldn't sleep. I thought someone was going to break in. Tears streamed down my face. I called you 15 times and you never answered. I was on vacation. I needed a break from everything. From me, I said quietly. You needed a break from me. You told me I was a distraction. Brad put his hand on Mom's shoulder. Babe, maybe we should... Get your hand off her, Uncle James said dangerously. Look, man, she's an adult. She can make her own choices. Not when those choices involve child neglect. Uncle James stepped closer. Do you understand that CPS is involved? That she could lose custody? Mom went pale. James, don't be ridiculous. What you did is illegal. Uncle James pulled out his phone. Miss Chen has been trying to reach you for a week. You ignored her calls too. I had the right to enjoy my vacation. You have no rights when you abandon your child. Uncle James was shaking. What if there'd been a fire? What if Amelia had gotten hurt? Mom's voice rose. But none of that happened. She was fine. By luck, not because of anything you did, I screamed. I was scared every night. I ran out of food. I missed my piano recital. Mr. Rodriguez said I might fail math. But sure, Mom, I was fine. The airport had gone quiet. People were staring. Some were recording. Mom looked around, embarrassed. Amelia, please lower your voice. No, you left me. You chose Brad and Hawaii over me. I was sobbing. And you're not even sorry. Of course I'm sorry. No, you're not. You're just sorry you got caught. Uncle James put his arm around my shoulders. But you're not sorry for what you did to Amelia. Mom's face crumpled. Please, Amelia, I never meant... You meant it. You said I was a distraction. You said your life doesn't revolve around me. I wiped my eyes. Well, Uncle James is filing for emergency custody. What? No, James, you can't... I already did. The hearing is next week. Uncle James handed her a paper. You've been served. Mom looked at the paper, then at me. Amelia, please. I'm your mother. I'll do better, I promise. Like you promised to be at my recital? Like you promised we'd always be a team? I shook my head. I don't believe your promises anymore. Mom turned on Brad. This is your fault. You pushed me to take this trip. Don't put this on me. You're her mother. You said I was smothering her. They started arguing. Uncle James pulled me away. Come on, kiddo, let's go home. As we walked away, I heard Mom call out, Amelia, wait! I turned back. She was reaching for me, but Brad was holding her back, still arguing. Yes, we are, I said. We're completely done. The hearing happened the following Tuesday. Mom showed up with a lawyer, but Uncle James had evidence. Miss Chen testified first. When I called Miss Martinez in Hawaii, she showed no remorse. She stated, Amelia is almost a teenager and needs to learn independence. When I informed her this constituted child abandonment, she said, I'm not cutting my vacation short over this. Judge Morrison looked at my mother. Is that accurate, Miss Martinez? Mom's lawyer whispered to her. She nodded. Yes, Your Honor, but I didn't understand. You didn't understand that leaving your 11-year-old daughter alone for 2 weeks was severe? Mrs. Patterson testified next. I received a voicemail the morning she left. She didn't wait for me to respond. I was visiting my sister in Oregon. If Amelia hadn't been so brave, anything could have happened. My piano teacher spoke. Amelia missed her recital after practicing for 6 months? When I couldn't reach her mother, I never imagined she'd simply abandoned her daughter. Uncle James spoke last. Your Honor, my brother, Amelia's father, died 8 years ago. He made me promise to look after Amelia. My sister-in-law cut me out because I criticized her parenting. I won't make that mistake again. Then it was my turn. The first night Mom was gone, I couldn't sleep. Every sound scared me. I called her phone 11 times that night. She never answered. Did she ever call you back? Judge Morrison asked. Once, on day 3. She asked if I was behaving and told me not to waste her vacation with drama. When I said I was scared, she said I was being immature and hung up. Mom's lawyer stood. Your Honor, my client is willing to attend parenting classes. Parenting classes? Judge Morrison looked incredulous. Your client committed child abandonment. This wasn't a mistake. It was a choice she made repeatedly. She turned to my mom. Miss Martinez, do you have anything to say? Mom stood, dabbing her eyes. Your Honor, I love my daughter. I was stressed. Brad thought a vacation would help, and I thought Amelia was old enough. 2 weeks, Judge Morrison interrupted. Not a few days. 2 weeks. I assumed she'd call back if she couldn't. You assumed? Judge Morrison shuffled papers. You assumed your neighbor would be available. You assumed your daughter could fend for herself. These assumptions put your child at serious risk. Please, give me another chance. A chance to what? Leave Amelia alone again when you need space? Judge Morrison leaned forward. During those 2 weeks, did you think about your daughter? Mom hesitated. Of course. Then why didn't you answer her calls? Brad said I should let her be independent. So you let your boyfriend dictate your daughter's welfare? Judge Morrison shook her head. I'm granting emergency custody to James Peterson. I'm also ordering a CPS investigation and referring this to the district attorney. No, please, she's my daughter. You had 2 weeks to fix this. You chose not to. Judge Morrison banged her gavel. Supervised visitation only. Court adjourned. Mom tried to approach me. Amelia, please, talk to me. Uncle James stepped between us. No contact except supervised visits. James, please, don't take my daughter from me. You took yourself from her, Uncle James said quietly. You chose a vacation over your child. Amelia! Mom called out. I love you. Please forgive me. I'll change, I promise. I stopped and turned. She looked desperate. Brad was nowhere to be seen. You want forgiveness? I asked. Yes, please, I'm your mother. You stopped being my mother when you left me alone for 2 weeks. You stopped being my mother when you ignored my calls. You stopped being my mother when you chose Brad over me. My voice was steady. I don't forgive you, and I never want to live with you again. You don't mean that. I do. I spent 2 weeks realizing I don't matter to you. I took Uncle James's hand. I'm done being your distraction. Mom collapsed, sobbing. I didn't stay to watch. In the car, Uncle James asked, Are you okay? I will be, I said. It's weird. I'm sad, but I also feel free. You don't have to walk on eggshells anymore. He started the car. I'm proud of you. 3 months later, the district attorney filed criminal charges for child endangerment. Mom took a plea deal. Probation, parenting classes, and supervised visitation only. She and Brad broke up 2 weeks after the hearing. Uncle James officially got custody. We moved into a house with a yard and a dog named Cooper. He helped me catch up in math. He came to my makeup piano recital. He was there every day. I saw Mom once a month in supervised visits. She always cried and apologized. She always asked for forgiveness. And I always said no, because some things can't be forgiven. She chose herself over me when I needed her most. But I'm okay now. I have Uncle James. I have Mrs. Patterson. I have people who show up. And sometimes, that's enough. Have you ever felt abandoned by someone who was supposed to protect you? Share your story in the comments. If this resonated with you, please like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, you deserve people who show up for you every single time.